Walters, Brett Grasso. The Giants are back. A 34-17 dismantling of the Eagles yesterday. Last night, Thursday Night Football. Brett dug out the old Giants hat. They are back. Super Bowl contenders.
Is this? Yeah, I mean, I want to say I'm surprised, but I'm the one who said the Giants had some wins in them. I did not. I said they were going to lose this game because there's nobody who's going to pick this game. There's a lot of people who in their, their pool where you got to pick, keep picking whatever the hell it's called. They definitely lost a lot of money.
Survivor pool too.
Survivor pools are definitely having trouble. But let me tell you, is this more of a Eagles? About the Eagles like not playing well, or the Giants like finally are arriving?
I don't know. I wouldn't say the Giants are arriving yet. I would say because they're gonna. It's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be their young team. It's gonna be a lot of like you're gonna get some of these where you're like, well, when you got against the Chargers, you're gonna get last week's though too, where they turn the ball over 5 straight times and they just lose to a bad team. And like you said, they're gonna come back and they're gonna be kicking themselves over that Saints. God forbid they end up winning some games here and somehow get close to the playoffs, which I don't think they're going to, but that they'll be kicking themselves over losing that Saints game. I mean, listen, Dart, he hasn't had a great game. He wasn't great, right? He has like 195 yards. He's all right. He doesn't make mistakes.
He doesn't make mistakes. He knows how he can run that offense. Like he knows what he's waiting for. He has good awareness, which is like if you don't have that as a quarterback, you can have the greatest arm, be so smart. If you don't know where pressure's coming from and where to go with that pressure, which that is instinctual in some ways, that makes it very difficult. And for someone like him, he feels pressure from whatever side. He gets into whatever, and he knows when it's time to run. He knows when it's time to throw, and they're not asking too much of him yet. I think they're asking more and more of him. But
yeah, listen, they're getting Skattebo to play, but we both just said he doesn't make mistakes. And just 5 days ago, he was running with the ball out in his hand, right, and it fell out of his hand. He threw a couple picks. Skattebo, who was great last night, fumbled twice. And, so they're still learning. They're still trying to make their way. They're not listen, and you said the Eagles, like Brett said right before the show, he said, is this the Eagles? The Eagles the Eagles are falling apart. And I said, the Eagles have won 22 of 24. Okay, the Eagles, yes, they had a couple rough weeks. They blew a lead last week against Denver.
I think last year's irrelevant. I think last year's gone and over, and I don't think the NFL works that way.
It doesn't.
There's a few teams it does. You think it is because you're like, oh, it's the Eagles, and they're still the Eagles from last year.
The Chiefs, it does. Right now, they're starting. They have having a bad year, but
no. The Chiefs are great. No, the Chiefs are. You're exactly right. The anomaly of the very rare, even the ones that you think are good. You look now and you look and go, oh no, San Francisco is going to be good again, and Baltimore is always going to be good, right? And all that. And you look back and you go. And you go, they're not, so it's hard to stay on the top. It's hard to carry the crown. And I think the Eagles are going to make their way to the playoffs. They're probably going to win the
of course they're going to win the division
East. But it's very odd to watch a team who has the best. A running back with the best season probably ever by a running back.
Running back we gave to him,
and not even though this week they did try and run the ball, just they were very unsuccessful. They didn't try and run the ball last week. They run it out of shotgun every time. Everybody knows right away. Just so you know, everybody knows when you're in shotgun, depending on where Barkley's set up, whether it's a run or a pass. Like every time, like it's not a question. They're not wondering. It's like so they just haven't changed. And if you don't evolve as an offense, people catch up.
Yeah, and listen, and the Giants defense. They look great on some games, some possessions, right? They shut them down. They make big third down stops. But then there's other plays where it just falls apart, like the one where he overthrew the receiver. Yesterday, that was a tight. There was nobody. It was blown coverage, right? The corner let him run right by him. He thought he had a safety behind him. I don't know whose fault it was.
The corner thought he had safety help. The safety was nowhere near him.
Maybe the safety is the one who messed up, right?
No, I don't know.
Nobody knows. But still, he let him run right by him, and there was nobody within 20 yards, and they missed the pass. So here it is right here. Look, you can't miss that pass. And he should. I don't think it was as overthrown as you think it was either. I think if he kind of.
I don't think he look and watch the pressure. I don't think he had as much pressure as you think. Look,
no, he had plenty of time. And look at that.
No
10
pressure.
Yards. There's nobody there.
And that's the thing that people don't realize. And even the Giants, when they had him, what difference it makes in your offense when Saquon Barkley is running the ball well. And last year, Jalen Hurts is a good quarterback. He really is. He was made to look like a great quarterback because you have a great running back. That's what it is. It works every time. Is a nice
this play
running
right
back
here,
run
like
for a couple thousand yards.
Dart scrambles around, gets a big third down, and then obviously the missed tackle, the broken tackle, and that goes for a touchdown. But the way he scrambles around, now it's also dangerous, though. He's been in the tent a couple times now in like 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
He wasn't looking to run there. He honestly could have run there and forgot all about passing. How he does.
But he didn't. Look how he turns his back to the line. He turns his back to the line of scrimmage. You get yourself killed doing that. If you watch at one point, he turns his back to the line of scrimmage. That'll get you. These guys are big, bro. These guys are bigger than he is. He's not.
Dable went on him.
Jared Allen.
We talked about this last week, and Dable went right up to him after he got hit, and he grabs his helmet and he looked at him. He smiled. He goes, "Great play." He goes, "Slide." He goes, "Slide." He doesn't. He will learn. Will he learn too late?
Will he learn with a broken leg?
Well,
you don't want him to learn with a broken leg.
I don't know, but again, do you want your quarterback? When you have to realize we're talking about, what happens is with teams like the Jets and Giants, we think of everything as don't get hurt, don't get hurt, don't get hurt. There's a point because we're so used to playing useless games in October and useless games in November. And so the problem is the Giants, if they go win a few games, you think that he's going to not go head first on a 4th down when he's scrambling. If I win this game, there's a slight chance we stay in the playoff picture. He is. So it's going to happen over and over and over to a guy like that. The more in it you are. Let me tell you, a guy like Justin Fields, he's going to be sliding every single time for the rest of the year as quickly as he can slide.
Yeah, because you don't want to go out. And look what happened when he went out, right? He went out 2 plays, and Russell Wilson came in and he threw it to nobody.
No. I'm sorry, that was horrible. First of all, he goes into the tent because he kind of gets kneed on the one play. It wasn't from the hit. It was like after the guy kneed him. And so he goes in the tent. Dable runs into the tent. They have to kick Dable out of the tent. So now Russell Wilson's out there on 3rd and manageable or 3rd and whatever it was. And so he's up there. The play clock's running down. He's changing the play. He's got guys running across. He doesn't really get the play off, but the officials are like, it's just one play. Let's let Russell Wilson cook. And they look, and he snaps the ball. Let me tell you, it's 2 seconds after the play clock. And then he throws it, and the receiver's running a go route. Russell Wilson throws a 10-yard hook to nobody in the middle of the field. There's nobody even close. And Brian Dable nearly lost it. He then runs back to the tent. Skattebo then runs into the tent.
That's a big no-no going into the tent like that. They'll find you because
that is a bad moment. I saw that as the moment, and when you look around and the fan base and the coaches and everybody looked and said, "We've got somebody. He's in the tent." They didn't look at the Super Bowl champion.
Nobody watched the play. Nobody watched the play that he was out there.
Nobody even cared. Nobody even cared. But let me tell you, you guys got a guy.
No, I think we have a quarterback. He's great. No.
Are you kidding me? Bob, you're talking like this is no big deal. I've been waiting my whole life for a quarterback.
No. It's bad.
You guys get them every once in a while, and you guys get these dopey guys, even some with some nice last names, that show up and they just play good football.
And you know what?
But I think not even him.
And Jaxson
Dart's
going to become
a guy and played well.
He is.
One.
Kurt
Warner showed up. Kurt Warner showed up. Was there?
Yeah, Kurt Warner.
Give me a break. No, they all showed up and played for you guys. I can't get one decent season. My best quarterback ever is Chad Pennington. So I don't even know.
And to be honest with you, and I think the Jet fans will eventually realize this. It'll be like a Mets Yankees thing. I think Jaxson Dart is. I mean, he's a Giants. I'm a Giants fan. I love him, but I think he's a bit of a jerk, right? He's very cocky. He thinks who he is. He comes across as like the no. I got that impression that he's like the Midwestern cocky kind of.
No. He is everything you need a quarterback to be. That is everything you need.
No, I get it, but I'm saying
I think it's just mislabeled what that is. It's the same as you're saying. It's not. You're not wrong. I think it's just the wrong label. That is a guy who is confident. Like, that is confidence, and that is swag, and that is, you can say whatever, that is necessary in the new generation, to be that guy, to have people accept you and to have people respect you. It is a huge deal, and especially with we don't realize it, Bob. We're 44 now. It's different when you're 25-year-olds.
You're right.
When they look at the 33-year-olds,
we're not cool anymore.
When they look at the 33-year-olds, those are the old heads, and they don't even care what they think anymore in the league.
And we're 10 years older than that, so we're certainly not cool anymore. Now you had mentioned,
but I think he's got it. What I mean by all of it, I think he's got something that you don't even realize. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think you've got a guy.
Listen,
he obviously knows the playbook. He's caught on quick. He's quickly elevated in a spot where where Super Bowl champion MVP could not even get you guys anything. He's giving it to you.
I also think it says
like you said, it's going to be all about getting injured, and he's doing it now without neighbors.
That's what I was just about to say. I said I think that the fact that you asked me, is it the Giants being arrived? Is it the Eagles giving up 34 points to the Giants without neighbors? That's alarming for the Eagles. That's an alarming type of thing. 34 points. They gave up a ton of points in the fourth quarter to Denver. Okay, Denver's a good team, but I mean, they don't look like the Super Bowl champion.
We talked about Jaxson Dart this whole time, but the truth is, there's a guy who finally found his spot in this offense. And Skattebo, you kind of it's tough to show up right away because they're going to feed him the ball, but they're trying to go to neighbors also. All of a sudden, Skattebo feels like he's so comfortable in this offense right now, whereas he was just bullying himself. And we saw it last night where he bullied himself across the line, but that's not what he's doing. Now he is literally this offense is humming because of him. It's not Jaxson Dart. It's that he has that tool that he knows he can go to and is guaranteed to get something out of it.
Yeah, he's a good, but he's been that type of player. Look at him here. That's a big third down.
About this since he was
barrels
drafted.
over the guy. Because I watched him. play that bowl game where he basically burst onto the scene and introduced himself to America. And he wasn't going to be a top round draft pick just because of his size and everything. Because you never know.
And he's a running back. They just aren't.
Convert to NFL. You're right. Running backs generally aren't.
Top 10 maybe.
But he's he's a football player. That's what he is. He'll just run over you. He keeps those legs moving. If he does, as long as he doesn't have fumbling problems, which he doesn't really get. He had that one fumble last week, but that's gonna happen. But Jaxson Dart throwing up, he's trusting his receivers here, throwing the ball down. He's covered. That guy's covered right there. That was a big play.
He's like a faster Mike Allstott.
A little bit like Mike Allstott. He's not as big as Mike Allstott though. Mike Allstott's a Hall of Famer.
But that's why he's faster. But he's still got the power of it without. You don't have to be as big.
Look, he's running over three guys here, getting the goal line.
No. And then he pulled the almost I tried to pull the ball out, which would have caused the fumble.
It did fumble, but it was already in. Yeah.
Dable gave it to him after he was listen. Don't you ever do that again? That was freaking awesome.
He got in the first time.
And I was it was perfect coaching. I was like, that's great coaching right there. He was like, don't ever do that again. Awesome job.
But now on that point.
Him.
I'm not a big Dable guy. On that very point, how many wins do the Giants have to get for Dable? Because you know why he ran into the tent, right? Because that's his only hope to keep this job is the quarterback.
He's not losing his job. He's not losing his job. They like him. The players like him. You're not losing his job. He's got the locker room. He's now got a new system going. This is now Dable's rebirth. He gets no leverage. If next year didn't go well, he's got next year. And if next year doesn't go well and you don't make the playoffs or really have a good team that
next year you got to win. You got to win something.
No, next year he won. No, you asked whether or not his job is 100% secure now for next year.
Yes, I think you're wrong about that. I think you're wrong about the Jets one too. I think the Jets are falling apart. The Jets have been real bad. It's real bad. They were down 35-3.
No, and that is the Jets are about to fall apart. The Jets are about to have Darren Moogie and Aaron Glenn are about to sell off the Jets for pieces, and all of the old guys are gone now. And I'm talking. You think it's going to be a little bit? Do you know they're probably going to be trading off Quincy Williams and Quinnen Williams? Do you understand? They're going to go all and sell and trade everybody.
That's what buy themselves. That's what Dable did. To buy himself, he got Dart to get himself an extra 2 years.
These aren't his. We talked about that. That's not your guy. You are in Dable's system. You're in Dable's system.
We're 5 years in. This is it.
Deep into Dable's system. The Jets now, they wouldn't have done this if they had a couple wins and were whatever. But no, it's going to be an all-out Breece Hall, Alan Lazard, Quinnen Williams, Quincy Williams, Quinnen Williams being traded will get you a haul.
I don't know if you get hauls from anybody. I've never seen a haul. Very rarely, especially in season, not in season. At the end of the season, you're saying they'll trade.
No, you're right. No, trades are different now. Now it's happening. There used to be.
It does happen a little more than it used to, right?
No. This is all I can give you the numbers of, say, 7 years ago, 4 trades in October.
Yeah, and they
Then
were
the next
nothing
year
trades. They were like,
Then the next year was 5, right? And then it went dozen, and it went up to, I want to say it was like 16 last year. They're
when's the trade
anticipating
deadline? That's like this week, right?
something coming up, but they're anticipating 20 something this year, which there's already been a bunch, even if we didn't realize it's a lot of, corner, but some other stuff.
Yeah.
But no, but there will be.
Dallas traded the great defender, and then you do see it. There's going to be a quarterback because Cincinnati needs a quarterback.
Nothing too crazy. It's actually going to be more of the Jets unloading for nothing. You know what I mean? It's going to be salary dumps. It's going to be picks, and it's real. And now they realize they're going to be in the top whatever of it. So whatever. Listen, these guys need time. I am not this back and forth guy. Dable is on a short leash.
I don't know. Everybody else I've seen said the Jets are bad. They picked the wrong guy.
He has his. Well, we
right.
Can find
I'm just saying. Everybody you've seen
Rex
from
I
Rex.
Can't restart. I can't. No, they. And bottom line, it doesn't matter whether or not I want it. If you want to say, do I want? Do I care if right now they got rid of Aaron Glenn right now?
No.
And got somebody.
Would you
good.
fire
I don't
him?
care. Like honestly,
let's say they go. Let's say they win 2 games this year. Would you fire him? And it's a disaster. It's a disaster. I'd fire him.
No,
First of all, Woody Johnson's not getting any younger. That's part of it. That's a thing. That's the thing.
But see, I'm just more based in reality of they just gave Darren Moogie and Aaron Glenn these contracts to say, what can you do over this amount of years? Now, do they have all those years? Maybe not.
No,
but there is no way. You know what happens is no GM and coach combo will want to ever come play for you, come be on your team ever again, because all they know is you have no chance. You have no chance at being there for more than a year or 2. That's what happens. So now we have who we have because other coaches didn't want to come coach for us because they knew it was going to be a one and done. So
I just think they should. I still think they should have went with Rex. That's my problem. That's my issue.
No. And I was going to say that right before you said that was I'm all fine with it, but the only coach I would accept for this season is Rex. But that would just be giving Rex something to go ride the ship into the ground, and that's not fair. Like he's not taking a ship that has no chance, which it doesn't. It really doesn't.
I think Rex loves the Jets. Now, as far as
he's going to be a Dolphins coach. They're talking about him being the Dolphins coach. You know that? That's where he looks like he's going.
Random thing. That's supposedly from one extreme to the other because they got the smart, nerdy guy, right?
No, yeah, but they did that. He did the same thing, and then look at Rex. He went to the Bills. He don't care. He's got no loyalty.
And Rex is a coordinator. That's what he is. That's the problem with that. Is that Rex is a coordinator.
No, he's a rah-rah guy. He's a rah-rah guy.
Yeah.
Can you rally the troops? I got nothing for you, but I'm going to rally the troops, and I'm going to talk that microphone like nobody's ever talked. It's not going to get us anything.
Now, I heard this yesterday after the Giants game, and it was and speaking of loving the teams and everything, and you got, Marash, who came on our show, right? We know Sean Marash. He came on the show. I saw him on the train. Nice guy, good guy, Long Island guy. Lives right out by you, actually, over in Babylon or somewhere. Now, he's a Yankees fan. He's a Yankee fan. First off, he left the Yankee game early the other night. You probably saw, right?
He did it because he feels like he was jinxing them.
He felt like, because he left right? He stayed. He left and they hit the home runs. They
that's
lost
what he said.
The
he
other
said
day.
he felt like him being there wasn't good. He said if he left, it was good. He was one of those he thought he was causing it. And
the video I saw was when he got up to leave after the 8th inning, and Evan was like, "Oh, you're not leaving the playoff game early." Oh, he goes, "Yeah, I am because I'm not sitting next to you 2 straight years when the Yankees lose." He goes, "The game's over." He goes, "If they come back, I'll take responsibility." But then
he backtracked when he got home. He had another one when he got home.
Yeah. He hosts a Giants. Oh, I saw the one. I know the one. I know which one you're talking about. Gotcha. He hosts a Giants podcast, Talking Giants or something. It's it's on one of those networks. He hosts that show.
It's doing good, yeah.
And after the game yesterday, now remember it's week 5, right? He's a Yankee fan, so he's not like he's never won anything, right? He's never won it. He knows championships and everything. Yeah. We don't want to hear it. Week 5, Giants are 2-4. This is Marash yesterday after the Giants game on the podcast.
Tonight, for the first time in too many goddamn years versus the Philadelphia Eagles, we had the better quarterback. We had the better running back. And we had the better fucking football team, Justin. How fucking good does that feel, man? I am floored right now.
Crying. He's crying.
I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is.
Come on, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
You know what it is, right? You know what it is, right? And Bob, think about it. Think back to the day after the Mets, or the day the Mets didn't make the playoffs, or the next day.
He's trying over the Yankees, but he's doing it as a Giant.
You're in a state. Remember, Bob? I didn't feel a couple days, Bob. I was going through it. Every Mets fan was going through it. No, but you don't understand. Like he broke down from something else. It wasn't. It was just and he had happiness. See, I'm a Jets fan, so I just saw straight misery continue.
Yeah,
like,
but
it's
like
just more of it.
He's had Super Bowls. He's had many World Series.
Like, I feel better now. It was a rough week. I don't like watching it. Now that the Phillies and Yankees are out. Like, and I didn't care. I actually rooted for the Yankees in terms of like I was like, nice. He hit off the pole. I got buddies at work who really root for it.
Yeah, it was all right.
So we don't like. We don't really
got
go.
The best of both worlds, right? He hit it off the pole. He had that good moment, and then they lost.
I like the Yankees. I don't like Yankee fans, and so it's different. But at the same time, like.
But he's had Super Bowl. It's 2-4. The Giants aren't going anywhere.
No, but the Giants
are the playoffs.
But I can tell you.
Like, they're not Washington, right? They're not Washington last year.
We're not going to say that yet.
But they're not Washington last year, right?
I will say this.
That's what people are thinking. They're going, I hope it's Jaden Daniels.
If Neighbors didn't get hurt, they were a playoff team. I don't know if they make the playoffs.
Borderline wild card team.
I would call them a playoff team if Neighbors was there. Now, I'm not saying they can't make a run just because of the step back that, say, Washington possibly has done. I don't know that.
Yeah, because he got hurt. But their quarterback's not healthy yet. Once he gets healthy, they're going to be good. And,
so I don't know.
And Brett, you're talking about the schedule being like it's now next week. The Jets have Denver and London, right? Then the Giants have Denver. Then they go back to the Eagles, and then the Lions,
get to Denver
the Packers.
after London.
Forget it.
They got the off London Denver. That's a tough. That's a good Denver to get. And who was it? No, and who else did you have?
Oh, they got Denver, and then they got the Eagles again. And then they got the Packers, and then they got the 49ers, and then they got the Lions, and they still have the Commanders.
That's
twice.
No, they're in trouble.
It's an impossible schedule. It's not a fair schedule.
It's not. And it's not going to
pulling these upsets out.
And you know what's funny is it's not going to come down to Jaxson Dart, and it's not going to come down to Skattebo. It's going to come down to the defense.
Yeah,
it's about turnovers and the defense.
They don't blitz.
No, but exactly, you're exactly right. Like that, the other teams are better, and your defense. Can they keep it? Can they keep that team off the field?
It's okay. Like, listen, we're not going.
Can you stop these teams on third down? If you can't, you have no chance.
No.
Like your offense isn't going to compete.
We have a reason to watch, right? It's not over. Because it's over before Columbus Day again, and you're like, oh my God, what are we going to do?
All right, I'll give you one thing, and the only chance you have is if somehow the Saints just turn out to be good. Like, you guys, that was just like the Saints just turn out to be good, and you're like, wait a minute. Oh, no, we got beat by those good Saints. We thought it was a bad team. But
the Saints are 1-4. But I mean,
I know, but Bob, we'll put it this way. You've had, what, 3 experiences now with Jaxson Dart? 2 have went great. That's all that matters. And so you have to string those together because that factor of adding new plays to the offense, expanding the playbook, giving Skattebo more responsibility, them being more on touch with these other receivers now that Neighbors is out, and then you have a receiver stepping up. I don't even want to get into names because I can't even these Giants receivers that were stepping up. But he's even toast. But it's like they honestly, as soon as he gets a little bit more of a rapport, they'll be okay. But it all comes down to the same as it always does, Bob. Right? Who's got the better offensive line? Who's got the better defensive line? Yeah, and the
Giants still don't have a great offensive line because you could tell just by the way he's running around for his life. And you know what? I was surprised about the tent when I went to the game a couple weeks ago, whatever. The tent isn't like there on the sideline. They bring it out.
Yes,
when someone I always thought the tent was there.
No, it's folded down.
Oh, is that
like
what it is?
And they lift it up like a ring, and it's like in the whole thing, and you put it over the guy like this, and it would like cover me right now.
It's weird. But then they
didn't make enough with the room for Dable though. They tried to make a Dable sized tent.
I'm telling you, I bet the NFL throws him a $10,000 fine for that because you can't because it looks bad.
Went in there. Skattebo went all the way in.
They run in and they're like, you got to get him back. Because he's saying that to him. He's saying to the doctors, hey, listen.
They might as well have ran right up to Russell Wilson and said, you suck. It was the same difference. They run to the tent and be like, we need you so bad. They were like, Russell Wilson, there's not a single person in this stadium right now who's looking at the field. They're not even looking at the field while you're out there, Russell. They're looking over at that tent.
It shows how little the teams really think of these players because Dable would have went in 10 years ago. He would have went in. He would have sent them back out there, concussion or not. You're gonna play. You're gonna play. You gotta play. We need you. We need you. And he'd go out there,
screaming
and he'd be like a
at
glass
the
of orange juice
officials,
when he's
going like this. He was going like this to the tent.
Yeah. Like Like, see, like, and they're still trying to pressure me.
He went like this. He went like this on national TV, like this. Like,
they're
hurry
not
up with
even
that
supposed
concussion.
they're not even supposed to talk. He's not even supposed to talk to those doctors.
Yes.
Like, they're always on the sideline. He's not even supposed to talk to them because
No, then his doctor comes over and he rips into the head Giants doctor right on the sideline.
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. So he said something about it. See. So he said something about it. He's like, you can't be doing this. This is independent stuff.
No, Dable yelled at the
Dable yelled.
doctor.
Oh, because the
on
doctor
the
probably
and the doctor you could see was like, okay, is this my last day with my job? Like,
I think they have doctors in the booth up top that look down and say
They're
he's got to go in the tent.
No. But that doesn't matter. He's yelling at that's his guy. So now he's yelling at his guy. There's nobody else he can yell at. There's nobody else he can yell at. So he's yelling at his guy to yell at their guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he's doing. It was so funny because that video was great because it was clearly the Giants doctor and he's screaming at him like, why is he still in the tent? He was like, oh man, like because we want to see if his brain's okay.
Yeah, because he's a 22-year-old kid.
We don't know if his brains are okay
50,
yet.
60 years left, and he's only going to be playing football for maybe 10 more years.
He just got crushed by a 350-pound man.
Yeah, they don't get it though. They don't care. It's like the same thing. It goes all the way down to high school too. They do that stuff in high school.
Anything,
they send these kids back out there, high school kids.
They should give them a long timeout for something like that. You know what I mean? Give them a 10-minute timeout.
No, then
or
you'd have people
5-minute.
faking it. Then they'd be faking it. And what are you gonna do? Have a 5-minute timeout because the left tackle or because the right guard that's the secondary player is in the tent?
What are you gonna do when whatever the game, not for the Giants, any game, it's the NFC Championship game. It's 3rd and long. It's the final drive, and a guy gets and they pull him out, and they go, well, they're not gonna delay it. Sorry, we're gonna have Elvis Gerbach come out and
you take a
finish
timeout.
the drive.
You take a timeout. You have to use one of your timeouts.
It's not long enough. It's not long enough based on what we saw last night.
Yeah, but that's too bad.
That's
you know
my
what?
issue.
You're talking about this guy. They're 22-year-old kids, Brett. They got lives ahead of them. So what are you gonna do? You think 50 years from now, you think his mother's gonna want him to play?
I'm the one saying that if their issue is, I want the highest quality stuff on the field. We still have to wait, no matter what, if he's medically cleared. I want to give more time to actually have them get medically cleared.
I think it would be
not
too
for
long.
all
What
of them.
Give them?
Not for all of them.
They stay in that tent sometimes
not for all of
10
them.
minutes,
you
20
can
minutes.
give the coach one opportunity
they get
for a 5-minute
injury timeout. One injury time.
One
10
5-minute.
A 10 timeout.
Whatever it is, 5 minute or whatever. That's a long time. It's usually 2 minutes or whatever it is.
Giants are going to be calling to hire you after they see it. These teams are going to be calling to hire you after this. So, you nurse, we listen. We like the way you think. We like the way you think.
Yo, Bob, I rubber stamp. If you guys need me, I rubber stamp. I will approve everything.
Everybody's
you get
questionable.
Me in that tent. You want me in that tent. You need me in that tent.
You think there's been a chance, like somebody's tried to like there's been hey, listen, if something happens, I know the doctor. Somehow he knows the doctor, someone on the team, and you're like, listen, we need this guy back in. But that's a Hippocratic Oath thing. That's a Hippocratic Oath thing. They take the Hippocratic Oath. They can't do that. They can't. They'd be breaking their oath. If they want to do it, listen, there are doctors who do it, right? People who go doctor shopping for stuff all the time. And they find it for pills, and they have to make a whole database because they were giving out pills.
If you let me put it this way. A single donation to the Trump RFK fund, I could be on the board. And I believe and they will back me up.
But you don't think RFK thinks what he's saying is true?
I just need a blanket pardon.
Like RFK is wrong, right? He's wrong about everything. But do you think he thinks he's helping people? I think he thinks he's helping people. He's just crazy.
No, he is.
So he's not really breaking his Hippocratic Oath because he thinks he's doing right.
Half of it, you're right. The other half is doing it for money and helping one person, that's his family, and himself for cash. So I do believe you're right.
He's a Kennedy. How much money does
I think most of these people go in for the right reasons and then get caught up in the rest.
Okay, fair. But you make a lot of money anyways, doctor.
He does believe in he does believe in the anti-vax. Cut it out. What's the stuff? Less,
like the asprin, like he's saying with the aspirin.
With the Tylenol, yeah,
the
they came out today and he said that it's actually there's a high thing of circumcisions going directly towards autism
because they give them Tylenol when they do the Tylenol. So you can say anything. Headaches that you lead to. Yeah, listen, that's a whole nother podcast.
As you can tell by this podcast, we've been circumcised.
Damn right. You're damn right. They were pumping me full of Tylenol when I was a kid.
Oh, crap.
All right.
We
So
were off
listen,
the
Giants
rails.
win.
Always happens
Jets.
in the last 5 minutes.
Listen, you're gonna get your disaster Jets thing over at 9:00 in the morning on Sunday. That's gonna be.
No, we have now we have 2 big days coming up for the Jets: trade deadline, draft day.
Well, the Knicks start soon. We'll get somebody on to talk about the Knicks.
And we just got to make it through Bloody Monday. Bloody Monday is a rough one too. So we got 3 days.
But so the Jets 9:00. We'll do something before the thing, and we gotta do something on baseball too. Maybe like later tonight or after the games or something.
Big, yeah.
Because we got a couple games. You got Tigers game 5 tonight. You got the Brewers and the Cubs game 5 tonight. I was surprised the Cubs won last night.
Tonight.
Is it tonight?
That's it. And that Dodgers game was good last night, and extras was real.
The
good.
You know what? The Phillies blew that series in game 2, though. The Phillies blew that series in game 2. They had
big.
I went to the bathroom. It was 4-1. I come back just to take a piss. It was 2 seconds.
They blew it.
I come back. It's 4-3.
They blew it again last night, and then the ground ball right back to the pitcher where he. Oh no! Yeah. Oh, it's bases loaded.
I didn't see the end of it.
And 2 outs, and it's a dinker back to the pitcher. He mishandles it. Then gets scared, so he throws it home.
Oh, that was the walk-off?
He throws it wide of home. He should have just thrown it to first. If
That's how the Dodgers won and advanced?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a walk. I knew it was a walk-off.
Oh, no, but it was a ground ball dribbler with the bases loaded back to the pitcher. He bobbles it, and then he freaks out and throws it home wide, misses the catcher. But the whole time, he could have just thrown it to first for 2 outs.
Oh, there was 2 outs? Oh, man.
First. Even with the bobble, the guy's only halfway down the first baseline. Everybody's screaming 1.
Okay,
and he throws it wide to home.
Tonight you got the 1 game. Cubs tomorrow. Tonight's Tigers Mariners. That's a better series. Sure. That's a better series.
I couldn't think on the way back. I was like, oh, they're.
You got to root for the Mariners, right? You got to root for the Mariners because the Cubs, the Tigers. I mean, the Tigers were bad too for our whole life, but the Mariners never got there. Mariners won their first playoff home game in 30 years the other day.
Yeah, you know what? I think it's like you said. I think it's Tigers. The only thing that makes me mad about the Tigers is Javi Baez, and it's just another Met thing. Just another classic Met thing of who we traded for, and then all of a sudden, now he's playing well for somebody.
Schoolboy on 3 days rest.
That's tonight. Oh,
yeah.
So yeah,
Schoolboy on 3 days rest for the Tigers.
That's who you want to get.
All right. Giants win 34-17. They're back. You know what? It gives us a little bit of something to watch, right? They're not going to win Super Bowls.
Oh, no. I think I was going to say that earlier let me tell you, there is a point where I'm watching that game, and I said it last week, I'm actually invested. This is the first time in my life where I'm watching a Giants game, and I'm enjoying, I'm like, wow, I like what I'm seeing. I'm enjoying where I was like, wow. I was like, you know what? I can't even want it because it's still a Jets-Giants thing, but, I think I'm going to be a little bit of a Giants fan this year.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. But are you going to be like this, Brett?
Tonight, for the first time in too many goddamn years versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Too many goddamn years. Come on, Maresh. You're better than that. Don't be crying week 5 at a 2-4 team. We love it. We have a great win.
We got to get a beer count on that. What do you got for a beer count on that one, Bob?
No, I don't know. He was at home. I saw he was cursing stuff. It's the podcast. It was I don't
know. Beer count on that. That's a 3 beer.
7. Yeah, no, that's like a 7 beer because that's not like 3 beers is you're not crying on the air.
No, he's a professional. He's a professional. He's got a podcast coming. There's no way he'd tip more than 5 beers back before that. But I think he's more right in the middle of it.
He's a little drinker. I think he's a little.
I think he just cracked number 4.
What's the place in Babylon? Mulcahy's? I think he's like a Mulcahy's guy. I think he's one of those spots.
I've seen him. No. I do know where he goes, but listen, he deserves it. It's a rough time when you watch. You know what the problem is? They at least they had to get their anger out on Aaron Judge. Now they just don't have that because he played so well, and you have to take it back on Garrett Cole and Aaron Boone and the relievers. Oh God, Weaver.
Yankees out.
Terrific.
We still got baseball.
All right.
Giants win 34-17. Big win. Shock the Eagles. That does it for us, everybody. Don't forget, rate, review, and subscribe. Don't forget to leave us reviews wherever you get your podcasts. And check out our social media. Join our social media, all that good stuff. For Brett Grasso, I'm Bob Walters from the Brian Gunzel Studios. See ya. See, I can't find my mouse.